Hey there, this is Jaran, facility manager at the Deep Earth Anomaly Department, located on the coastal strip in East Antarctica. I'm signing in for yet another cold shift. Now, some people believe that there are dragons hiding beneath the ice, but let me tell you, this is not true. Dragons are not real. So I performed the annual subparticle reset last day, and because I haven't been able to fix the radio, I did it while the crew on board the submarine were sleeping. Oddly enough, the ice did not become translucent like it did 2 years ago, last time I performed the annual subparticle reset. Instead, everything started hovering for a few minutes, me included. Now, Ingrid tried her best to sweep the floor while flying through the hallways, and not to be rude, but it made me think of a witch doing tricks, which I haven't told Ingrid about, but I took a photo, probably just put it in the archives. Anyways, when everything went back to normal, I spent quite some time putting everything back into place, which, to be honest, took some time, because Ingrid didn't help at all. She was far behind on her sweeping schedule, so she didn't even crack a joke. She just frantically sweeped and sweeped and sweeped. So the floors look like mirrors now, and I wonder if Frederick has had a swim in them. But yeah, I spent a few hours cleaning everything, and just after I had finished putting everything back to its original place, I noticed that in my bed, underneath my sheets, with his head on my pillow and feet in my socks, was a copy of myself, sleeping, snoring even. Now, when he woke up, he did a stretch, just like me. Went to the cafeteria to get a cup of coffee, just like me. Then spent the next 5 hours or so looking for powdered milk, just like me. Now, I didn't tell him that we are out of powdered milk, hoping he might look somewhere I hadn't. I mean, what if he actually found powdered milk somewhere I forgot to look? And if he did, I would be forever in his debt. I really would. So far, though, it looks like he didn't, so... But when he sat down with his coffee, I went over and I said, hello. He said, hello. I asked him how he was. He said he was fine. Then he asked me how I was. I told him I was fine too. Then we measured hands, which were the same size. Our shoes were the same size. Our clothes were the same size. And we were identical in almost every way, except for one. The only difference, and I did check this in a mirror, was his eyes. There was a little bit of darkness in his eyes, just behind his pupils. Also, he prefers to sleep during the night instead of the day. Very unlike me. So we don't really see each other that much. I gave him one of the rooms that the crew will stay in when they arrive, but so far there has been no signs of helicopters, so who knows when the band of researchers will get here. Maybe I'll ask Jaran the duplicate to join my ukulele band. Maybe he could play bass and do backup vocals. Because I do have a song actually. I might even play it. Let me find my ukulele. I'll play you one of my songs. I think that's within reasonable limits. Let me just get comfortable. Okay. Okay, so it's not finished, and I doubt they will write books about my ukulele skills, but yeah, here it goes. 1, 2. Summer is a distant fire. Listen and you'll hear them sing behind horizons. Will you dance with me tonight? Winter is a kind confinement. I think it has a funny accent. Will you sing with me tonight? Make me feel alive. Make me feel alive. So yeah, that's one of the songs. I've called it Alive. And I hope Jaran the Duplicate will like this song. The good thing about being in a band together with a copy of yourself is you will always agree on everything. I really thought about this a lot, because the main reason most bands break up is because of disagreement, which would never happen to Heavy Astro, which is the name I'll pitch to Jaran the Duplicate, Heavy Astro. And I think it is a pretty good band name, because it means absolutely nothing. Like the best band names there are. And perhaps we could even do a show for the crew on board MS Svalbard. I bet they have missed music. A shame they can't dance. Speaking of dancing, I caught Ingrid dancing one morning. It could be that she was just experimenting with a new swiping technique, but it did look like a dance. She didn't notice that I noticed, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm not gonna tell her that I saw her dancing. I mean, a conscious robot is a lot to handle. I don't know how a self-conscious robot would be. So baby steps, baby. Baby steps. Now, I know that I'm most likely talking to deaf ears here, the radio being dead and all, but if the radio starts working, these recordings should find their way to the Norwegian government and from there be distributed to wherever it needs to be, because, let's face it, running a research facility costs money, and I wouldn't want anybody to believe I'm sitting here doing nothing. At the moment, though, it's pretty quiet, so I thought I'd maybe share a little bit about my story. I came here 16 years ago for a 15-month contract. Before then, I served in the army. I served hot meals for hungry soldiers. I was actually the first servant of the 2nd Death Squad on my 3rd year of a 4-year deployment before the general came bursting through my kitchen doors. I have better use for you elsewhere, he told me, and because apparently, seeing as I had a background in facility management from before the war, and because everyone else refused, got shot because they refused, leaving me the only candidate for the job, I was the perfect man for the position. And the general told me, you can bring your Korg machine too, he said, you will have plenty of time to write your little music on it. So I was sold. Sold, I told him. And an hour later, I was on a concorde shooting for the bottom of the world. So now, when I first got here, there was already a crew here just about to leave. And I read a lot about these guys. They're called Jonas Hansen, Harald Jensen, Harry Myrkdal, and Martin Heyerdahl. Now, Jonas Hansen was an expert in quantum mechanics. He worked relentlessly on a device that would be able to shrink objects, including himself, to the size of an atom. On the other hand, you had Harald Jensen, his biggest opponent, a professor in mechanical physics. He was working on a device that could enlarge objects, himself included, to its original size. The other two gentlemen, Harry Myrkdal and Martin Heyerdahl, were both top-level physicians overseeing both of the researchers' mental health. Now, when I got here, they left with the same concorde that I arrived with, so I didn't get to talk to them all that much, but They all went missing 16 minutes after takeoff. And the plane was never found either, and some argue that Jonas Hansen managed to get his shrinking device working and that he shrunk the plane, but because Harald Jensen never figured out how to get his device working, they were never able to return to their normal size. Perhaps they landed somewhere in a concorde the size of an atom. It is a valid theory, but as long as they are missing, it's just a theory. And you know, it may be hard to... Oh, sorry, give me a second.
Ja.
Du, den grønne døra I kjelleren, hva skjer med den? Yeah. So I'm recording this in English, if that's fine? Engelsk? Yeah, man. Okay. So the green door in the basement, what's up with it? Yeah, good question, man. It's been locked for as long as I've been here and it doesn't even have a keyhole. Have you asked Frederick? Well, I thought about it, but he just sits there. Really? Yeah. Well, at the moment he's asking for the both of us. What? Yeah. Says he has something very important to tell us. To both of us? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I think I should probably go. So yeah. Wow. This is exciting news. Yeah. So this is Jaran. I'm.
This is also Jaran.
Yeah, that's the copy. That's me. I'm signing off. Yet another cold shift. Bye. Bye bye.